Well, it's been a hell of a 24 to 48 hours, but let's add on, shall we?
Don't say it, don't say it.
An NBC freelance writer decided to link the Daily Wire with the trans shooter in Nashville.
Fuck.
Yes, saying that it was their fault.
Are you retarded?
He tweeted that out and then deleted it.
What?
Gee, I wonder why.
Kill the monster!
I'm Jazz Borganzo, and this
Disperse! Nothing to see here, please!
is what's next. Hey, what's up, party people? Jazz Borganzo, what's next? Your daily dose of common sense, facts, and salt. Hope you guys are doing well on this Wednesday. Well, it's been a hell of a 24 to 48 hours. You had a situation in Nashville, of course, with the trans shooter, of course, the dude with mental illness, on top of mental illness, goes into a Christian school, shoots up the place, kills 6, including 3 children. But of course, what I did in my video yesterday regarding it wasn't that the Christian school, that wasn't the focus. No, it wasn't the children, and nor it wasn't the situation. It happened to be because he was being misgendered by the media. That was the main focus. Of course, the media got ripped apart to shreds because of it. Speaking of, you have one NBC freelancer who decided, well, I'm going to try to make a name for myself. I'm going to connect the Nashville shooter with the Daily Wire. Yes, Ben Shapiro, Michael Knowles, and of course, Matt Walsh, who has been fierce opponents of the trans madness movement and has done everything in their power to give parents the ability to fight back. Well, this guy decided, hey, you know what? Well, just because Daily Wire is based in Nashville, they had something to do with it. Yeah. He tweeted that out, but of course, then he deleted it, and he's saying, I know nothing, I speak of nothing. Let's take a look. This comes out of, this is originally from the New York Post, but of course this is coming off the Microsoft site. A freelancer for NBC News was blasted over a since-deleted tweet in which he appeared to link the mass shooting of a Christian school in Nashville with the conservative media outlet The Daily Wire and its star commentators Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh, and Michael Knowles. Benjamin Ryan, a health and science reporter, whose bylines have also appeared in the New York Times, Reuters, and Washington Post, of course the Compost, and other crappy outlets, posted a tweet on Monday in the aftermath of the shooting that left 6 people dead, among them 3 children, at a Covenant school in Nashville. The shooter, who was identified as a trans woman, a mental illness dude, Hale, that's all I'm not going to credit him with anything, was killed by responding officers in wonderful fashion. Ryan appeared to imply his tweet that Hale, a Nashville resident, was motivated to carry out the mass shooting due to the fact that the city is also where the Daily Wire is headquartered. Gee. NBC has also ID'd the Nashville shooter as Audrey Hale, 28, who identified as a transgender, had no previous criminal record, Ryan tweeted on Monday. Deleted, but the list comes for all, and of course, the tweet. That is the tweet. NBC has ID'd the Nashville shooter as Audrey Hale. Yikes, I didn't want to mention the dude's name, but I did. Who identifies as a trans and no previous criminal record. Nashville is also home to the Daily Wire, the hub of anti-trans activity. So just make sure that you knew. Ryan then deleted the tweet in response to the backlash. Why? Why? Stand up for your bigotry. One Twitter wrote, 6 dead plus the shooter, but this is how they cover it. Their agenda is so freaking transparent. We go from that to this. This comes out of Breitbart. Trans group on Nashville shooting, anti-trans hate has no consequences. Has consequences, excuse me. A Twitter profile by the name of Trans Resistance Network wrote on Monday that anti-trans hate has consequences in relation to the killing of 6 people at a Christian school in Nashville, Tennessee. The man who killed 6 people, including 3 children in Nashville, felt he had no other effective way to be seen than to lash out by taking the life of others, according to the Trans Resistance Network statement. The statement alleged that right-wing figures promote anti-trans hate and calling for nothing less than the genocidal eradication of trans people from society. Now, that last comment is in regards to Michael Knowles when he spoke at CPAC, saying that the trans ideology needs to be eradicated, not the people. But then again, it's never about facts. It's always about my feelings. The Trans Resistance Network has notified the shooter involved in today's shooting in Nashville as a person identifying as trans, known for the online profiles of Aiden or he, him. While it's not our policy to engage in publicity, publicly with the news media, we believe this moment calls for a thoughtful response from our collective. While it's not our policy, we point out that today's incident in Nashville, Tennessee is not just one tragedy, but two. The first tragedy today is the loss of life of 3 children and adults. We extend our deepest sympathies and heartfelt prayers to those families dealing with the loss of loved ones. There's nothing we can offer you that will comfort the hurt or ease the sorrow. We mourn with you. We mourn with you. The second is more complex tragedy that Aiden, who felt that he had no other effective way to be seen than to lash out and take the life of others, and consequence, himself. We do not claim to know the individual or have access to the inner thoughts and feelings. We do know that the life of trans people is very difficult and made more difficult by preceding months or by a virtual avalanche of anti-trans legislation and the public callouts by right-wing personalities and political figures calling for nothing than the genocidal eradication of trans people from society. Let me make that very clear. It's called the ideology and not the people. It's called context. Many trans people deal with anxiety, depression, thoughts of suicide, PTSD. Okay. From near constant drumbeat of anti-trans hate, lack of acceptance from family members and certain religious institutions, denial of our existence, and calls for the detransition and forced conversion. Most of that is bullshit. All of these factors contribute to a population that is medically underserved and who often face anti-trans bias while accessing care, leading to significant physical and mental health disparities. Hate has consequences. It is a testament of inner strength and beauty of trans that despite the overwhelming odds of homelessness, job discrimination, constant anti-trans bigotry, violence, so many of us continue to persevere, survive, and even thrive. We will not be eradicated or erased. Again, that last comment is bullshit. We remind the news media to respect the self-identified pronouns of trans individuals who come across your desk. No. Hale has identified as he, him pronouns forward-facing sites. We also urge you to avoid pandering to those individuals on the right who will use the double tragedy to torment fear and terror of trans people in order to advance a political agenda of trans elimination. Again, bullshit. Biased or sensationalized coverage of these viewpoints is both irresponsible and reprehensible. The Trans Resistance Network describes itself as a WordPress site as committed to the survival of gender-diverse people and families through strategic coordination of community defense, mutual aid, alternative systems, gender-affirming care, i.e. child mutilation, adding that trans rights are human rights. Yeah, let's just get that one in at the end of the day. The fact is that when you have an idiot like the NBC health and science reporter. Yes, I am in health and science, but I'm going to let you know that the shooter in Nashville was trans. And by the way, Daily Wire lives right next door. Pointing the finger at Daily Wire. And of course, potential lawsuits could incur. And I can't blame them. I think the last people that you want to deal with, is Ben Shapiro, Knowles, and Matt Walsh, because of course their reach is so long and vast because of what they do. And they do a hell of a job. They do a great job, and more power to them. Then we have this trans network who basically says, yeah, by the way, we mourn the losses. But more importantly, we mourn the loss of our trans compadre, who is a dude with 2 mental illnesses. 1, pretending to be a woman, and 2, shooting up a Christian school. But like I said in the beginning of this, it's not about the Christian school. It's not about the people involved, the 6 who were killed, including 3 children. It's not about the families that are affected tragically in this loss. No, it's about misgendering and the trans dude who got killed by cops, as I said earlier, wonderfully. It's truly pathetic what the media thinks of importance. But then again, it's all about priorities. I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more just like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.